While Jesus was in Bethany, in the home of a man known as Simon the leper, a woman came to him with an alabaster jar of very expensive perfume, which she poured on his head as he was reclining at the table. When the disciples saw this, they were indignant.
Why this waste? This perfume could have been sold at a high price, and the money given to the poor.
Why are you bothering this woman? She has done a beautiful thing to me. The poor you will always have with you, but you will not always have me. When she poured this perfume on my body, she did it to prepare me for burial. I tell you the truth. Wherever this gospel is preached, throughout the world, what she has done will also be told, in memory of her.
Then one of the 12, the one called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests.
What are you willing to give me if I hand him over to you?
So they counted out for him 30 silver coins. From then on, Judas watched for an opportunity to hand him over.
He was betrayed by his friend?
Our fears do make us traitors, Macbeth.
Bummer.
He hadn't done anything wrong, and his friend turned him in. That's just not right.
So sad.
On the evening of the Last Supper, while Jesus was praying in the garden at Gethsemane, Judas led a crowd of people to arrest him. Early in the morning, all the chief priests and elders of the people came to the decision to put Jesus to death. They bound him, led him away, and handed him over to Pilate, the governor. When Judas, who had betrayed him, saw that Jesus was condemned, he was seized with remorse and returned the 30 silver coins to the chief priests and the elders.
I have sinned. For I have betrayed innocent blood.
What is that to us? That's your responsibility.
So Judas threw the money into the temple and left. Then he went out and hanged himself. The chief priest picked up the coins and said, "It is against the law to put this into the treasury since it is blood money." So they decided to use the money to buy the potter's field as a burial place for the foreigners. That is why it has been called the Field of Blood to this day. Meanwhile, Jesus stood before the governor.
Are you the king of the Jews?
Yes, it is as you say.
When he was accused by the chief priests and the elders, he gave no answer.
Don't you hear the testimony they are bringing against you?
But Jesus made no reply, not even to a single charge. Now it was the governor's custom at the feast to release a prisoner chosen by the crowd. At that time, they had a notorious prisoner called Barabbas.
Which one do you want me to release to you? Barabbas? Or Jesus, who is called Christ?
For he knew it was out of envy that they had handed Jesus over to him. While Pilate was sitting on the judge's seat, his wife sent him this message.
Don't have anything to do with that innocent man, for I have suffered a great deal today in a dream because of him.
But the chief priests and the elders had persuaded the crowd to ask for Barabbas and to have Jesus executed.
Which of the two do you want me to release to you? What shall I do then with Jesus, who is called Christ? What crime has he committed? I am innocent of this man's blood. It is your responsibility.
Let his blood be on us and on our children.
Then he released Barabbas to them. But he had Jesus flogged and handed him over to be crucified. Then the governor's soldiers took Jesus into the praetorium and gathered the whole company of soldiers around him. They stripped him and put a scarlet robe on him, and then twisted together a crown of thorns and set it on his head. They put a staff in his right hand and knelt in front of him and mocked him.
Hail, King of the Jews!
They spit on him and took the staff and struck him on the head again and again. After they mocked him, they took off the robe and put his own clothes on him. Then they led him away to be crucified. As they were going out, they met a man from Cyrene named Simon, and they forced him to carry the cross. They came to a place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. There they offered Jesus wine to drink, mixed with gall. But after tasting it, he refused to drink it. Above his head, they placed the written charge against him. This is Jesus, the King of the Jews. From the 6th hour until the 9th hour, darkness came over all the land. About the 9th hour, Jesus cried out,
Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani,
which means, my God, why have you